wouldn't have lasted at the other house.
No, God, no. I know that it wouldn't have happened.
And, I wasn't the manager here very long, but at least, we could kind of set some boundaries. And I think the thing that you're going through and having a hard time with is the other guys in the house. Like, you've come to that point where you're not leaving stuff around. No. Why should everybody else? And then you hear it from the other people, oh, they're just in early recovery. And I never really bought that either. Well, how are they going to learn? If I'm not saying something to them. It's not your job. And then you realize it's not your job.
Right.
And I went through the same. I mean, it's funny because I've said this to you before. I've seen the stages where you're at and the sober living house and chucking people's stuff outside or putting it on their bed. And sometimes, even when I was house manager, I did it just to, hey, man, here you go. I'll put it right on your pillow.
Right.
I don't care. And at that point, though, as a house manager, it was kind of my responsibility because the other guys would come to me and say, hey, that moldy bread's been up there for 2 weeks. Okay, let me write a note.
What does the note do?
A note does nothing, apparently, because the next day, the guys, that stuff's still up there. Okay, well, let's put it on
I went through Post-its before.
And
changed much.
And
people change a little, but
that's the house manager's job. That's not yours. And you'll kind of get to that, too, and you'll still hate putting the blinders on to walk past a huge mess because you live here too. But then you'll kind of be reminded, okay, well maybe it's time for me to move on.
Well, it is. I can say because I the money that I pay, I could probably pay more to not have to clean up after other people.
Yeah.
But I stay in a room on a bed. I really don't even socialize out in the living room.
That's how I kind of was too at the last house that I was at. After
it gets to that point.
You put on the blinders and you're like, here's what I'm here for. I need to take a shower. I need to go back to work. I need to go to school. I need to go to the job. I need to go to the other job. And I was so busy that...
Go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
I did buy some CTC today.
I come home and go to sleep. People left out shit. I didn't care.
Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
I bought some. Wow. I bought the CTC that I've been...
Dustin said we could have some.
Dustin said we could have some of mine?
Yeah.
That's adorable. He's so nice.
He's a good guy.
I swear to God, I know he's got diabetes, and I know my orange juice has been coming up short. I'm going to cut him right across.
Well, does he know that you spit in it?
No, he'll know when he drinks it again. After I tell him, lick the rim, and I spit in it. All my liquids, I spit in.
Are you still talking about the orange juice?
I talk about everything.
He learned that from me. The spit in the.
And my peanut butter chocolate milk, I don't even open, but I do have 9 of them. I had 10. I wouldn't picked up 5 more.
The secret to spitting into liquids, you don't want to leave it at the top. You got to take it, get it, especially orange juice is really good for it.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure you, like mouthwash, and then spit it back in there. Sometimes you'll get some chunks because you're doing mouthwash with it. So you'll get some chunks in there, but hey, man, if someone wants to drink it after that.
Look on Ryan's face.
God.
You can't even read it.
He looks disgusted.
Don't do it.
Do it. Hey, man, if you're living in the place, but Chris, back to that though.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll figure it out, and there's nothing wrong with you for wanting to have everybody on the same level, the same page. But as others have said, oh, they're just in early recovery. They don't know what.
Don't worry, I'll crack the way you tell me.
Well, I told said person, I was like, you know what, I've been where you're at. I understand. This is why, even though you do.
I like it when other people, address other people because. Otherwise I just like a broken record, and they already tuned me. They all got me tuned out. Doesn't really matter what I say now.
I wouldn't say
there's
that
one
podcast for people to listen to. But no, I mean
that I live with.
I think if somebody in the house, and it does not just Chris, but if somebody had a problem with what Chris was doing or something that Tyrone was doing, if they go back and forth, nobody's nothing out there. They're just two people in recovery, and they can go back and forth with, well, it's not your job to tell me that, or resentments could fly around easy. I think that's why they have house managers in.
Well, they get resented.
Living
At least there's only one major resentment, and that would be just the one person holding them accountable.
Yeah, and it is. I never really had to do it at the other place, but. If I ever had a problem, I would just go, "Hey, man, dude's drunk or dude's on meth. You might want to go check him out." That was the only thing that kind of happened with me. But like, as far as like, "Hey, dude didn't do this, dude didn't do that," I just kind of stayed out of that. But again,
the the house meetings. I mean, actually these meetings we're doing now, just AANA meetings, it's actually letting people get some stuff out and where they're having, because it's not crosstalk or anything, so people can say what they want and what they feel, and that way both people,
So that's what you guys are doing here at the Sober Living House.
So it's not an argument, it's just somebody saying
expressing how they feel. Now, because this is Sober Living House that we're talking about, and you guys quarantined in pretty much. Everything's closed down. And
one guy works out of 9.
I know, right?
Well,
So
technically me too, but
there's a lot of
I ain't going nowhere.
going on, and so the meetings at the house, because you have to have so many a week, and it's just good to still go to meetings. You get in that routine where I know the guys when we went last week somewhere, it was like, man, we wish we could go to a meeting. Like we really want to go to a meeting. So having them here in the house, is it structured the same? Like how do you guys do it? Is it just kind of like, hey, whoever's running the meeting, kind of like out there in the real world, like whoever's running the meeting, it's your meeting.
That's typical, yeah. I mean, some
Double
guys
dip,
are.
triple dip.
Well, I mean, there's less of us here, so I just do what I want anyways. I triple dip, double dip, talk for a half hour. If it seems like it's going to be a short one, I'll go on and on.
You're chairing the meeting. If somebody doesn't want
I
to chair a
wasn't
meeting,
even
then they can't really say nothing about it.
They can't ring no buzzer.
Yeah, I heard it.
Not sure we were watching Hulu over there.
No, we go through the readings, either NA structured or AA structured, and we all share.
Not celebrate recovery structured or smart recovery or Dharma or
no.
They could though.
We could, but them are just the ones that we're most familiar with and have the literature and all the good stuff for us, so we do that.
I think Chris, and he was a little shy and he didn't really want to talk about it, but Chris, I'll help you with this one, okay?
Okay.
He does want to chair the meeting tonight.
Yes, he does.
But he wants to do it LBGTQLPI1
style.
Yeah. What?
That sounds fine.
That did not come out of my mouth. Did you find
that?
No
one came out of his mouth.
It did.
White ding dong.
How did that white ding dong that I gave you taste?
I haven't eaten it yet.
Weren't you supposed to split it with Marnie?
I had the chocolate one.
You didn't? Did you split that with Marnie?
No, she kept them from me. She didn't give me the pie for 3 days. No,
She's got you on a diet already?
Well, she heard about the...
she got me on a strict diet, if you know what I mean.
No,
we're definitely going out for
She heard about the blue knuckles and was mad, I assume. The blue knuckles.
From the blue moon?
Yeah.
She
said you pooed green for like 2 days.
Yeah, and she was like, why would you pick blue moon? She's like, that's the worst. I was like, whatever, it tastes good to me. The whole thing, honey, really? I was like, yeah, but then I went and puked it up, so it was good. Except the second day I didn't, because I had actually eaten before that, and I really didn't want to. Ryan, quit looking at me like you're so disgusted. Like you're just so ashamed. You're like,
That's
this guy
the
moves
look
out
he
of the
said
Sober
on
Living
his
House,
face
now
for everything
he's
we
puking up
say.
blue moon.
Oh, man.
That'd be a good idea.
Puking and pooping?
It'll be all right.
Thanks.
At least he didn't do Superman.
Scooperman. Meyer brand.
This is what I miss. The friendly banter, talking about green poop and puke. You know? Ooh, I have had a smile on my face since the second I walked in this door, walked out to get them cookies, and came back in.
And never brought any, man.
Because I put them on because there's 2 huge plates of homemade cookies, which I left out there for the gang. The ham is for whatever you guys want to do with it. Can say I contributed to Tuesday's meal, whoever wants to make it.
You should have brought them right up in this area.
Well, if we... well...
You saw me mean mugging them.
They'll be gone by the time we get done.
Not the special ones. I'll let you get a few of the special ones.
So angry.
You don't want to get right angry.
I love my cookies.
But let's talk about something else before we get into mayonnaise talk.
No more mayonnaise.
No more mayonnaise. It's made of eggs. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
And oils. Ugh.
Anyway, so on the real though, Ryan, you said you made some kind of, like, I don't even know. You said you sent it to me. I don't know what you're talking about, because
Yes. No,
The Project Nation podcast, it needs equipment.
We do.
And, right now, I have the funds, but I can't spend them. I have to find a place to live, and doing that with bad credit is not so much fun.
You'll have that in the big cities. Maybe you should be in a small town.
It is a small town. It's Traverse City.
Well,
It's not a big city.
bigger than this one.
It's a huge city.
Are you kidding me? Stop it.
I got lost.
You stop. There's
You're
one
right, I
road.
did.
It could be in the top
You were
10
high.
in
I was.
Michigan.
What? Traverse City is not in the top 10 population wise in Michigan.
I'm thinking maybe.
Oh hell no! How much we want to bet on this one? Oh, I can't wait.
Well, it's bigger than anything in the UP.
You said top 10.
And there's only like Detroit, Cadillac, Ann Arbor.
Look at you! You're already like, all right.
Sheboygan, maybe.
Take the bet. We bet.
Maybe Battle Creek. I don't even
Take
know.
the
I haven't
bet?
been
Are you
there.
taking the bet?
Grand Rapids.
Taking the bet? Or are you not taking the bet?
It's probably bigger than Benton Harbor.
Yeah.
You just, you know
Are
what?
you taking the bet?
I'm only at 7. And
Is that a yes, Ryan?
what are we betting? I don't take bets that I don't know what it is.
Well, how about you come up with it real quick? Okay, I can come up with it then.
Loser buys ice cream?
Yeah. I want something more. Loser buys ice cream from where? No place is open.
Oh. Alpine is, ain't they?
No, ain't they? You up north, man.
I don't know. Kilman's and the Alpines are both down.
All right, so ice cream. That's the bet.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway,
Whole
yeah.
box of.
Oh, box of what?
Well, I'm just
Trying to make
thinking
me-
them. I'm really wanting a chocolate chip sandwich thingy.
Oh, that's kind of amazing. I do believe I had one with M&M's on the way back from the store.
Yeah, well,
All right.
I bought them for him.
Well, you're about to buy me some too now.
Oh, jeez, that's too bad. Well, I'll donate a box to you, Chris.
Sorry.
Put Dustin's name on it too, though.
Yeah, right? Good God.
So yeah, well, you see, lost that bet. So anyway,
You don't know.
back to the seriousness of the microphones and the equipment.
Yeah.
Pocket knives?
No, Chris.
When I hear you say microphones, all of a sudden
No, 'cause
think
if
of
you
pocket
listen-
I don't know. I
knives.
think I submitted it through fundraiser through Facebook. Invited a bunch of people to like it. I think it has to
get
be
approved.
It has to
before
be approved. So I don't know if we're approved yet or what. The
Probably
deal.
not.
Because of time of crisis, you can't be also asking for money.
Chromium.
But no,
Yeah.
but like seriously, if you listen to the Podcast Nation podcast, you'll notice like, hey, that sounds different than the
So,
17
yeah.
recovery podcast. It's because the lack of microphones, and sometimes people need to just buy knives.
It's
Is what it is. But if you would like to make a donation, like I said, Ryan's making these. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
He's not even here for you to stab, so you're good.
just getting
Not
ready.
that he would stab anybody. Yeah. But yeah, the shirts that Ryan's making right now, I'm sure he'd be more than willing to send you out a few.
Pay the shipping and handling
for
and
a
everything.
donation. And the microphones that we're holding right now, they weren't expensive. You can buy really expensive microphones, but I actually had to send some back because they didn't sound as good as these microphones. And these used to be only $29. Now they're $39 because Obama. You're still blaming him, right? Yeah, something? I don't know. No,
Why all of
but,
a sudden his name brought
so now they're
up?
like $40. So, Chris, you're part of that podcast now since you refuse to be on 217 Recovery anymore. Unless
It's
you can
adorable
look
you
into my
say that.
eyes.
I just do guest appearances on both.
Okay.
I have to turn you guys both down. Now, one of these days, so you can call me from your computer, correct?
Yeah.
No, you'll just hear my voice over the phone. Correct? You won't see my face. You won't. It'll interrupt my Hulu programming.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Okay,
So,
well,
yeah, listen to.
all right. Do you have my phone number?
I don't think I do. I threw it
Okay.
away. I deleted all your contact info.
Yeah. Oh, good times.
I think Ryan's looking up to see how much he's got to buy
From
ice
microphone
cream
fly?
sandwiches. No. I think he realizes that he forgot